Kabosoweto. In today's section, I'm going to be discussing variables. Variables are a very important aspect of programming. They are like containers for storing data values. Okay? Every computer has a CPU that has a memory capacity. Okay? So variables could be reserved memory locations in this CPU that store values. They are created the moment you first assign values to them. That's when it becomes a variable. Let me show you what I mean on the IDE. I opened my Visual Studio Code and I want to go to the folder I created. You can see your folder in your recent files, or you can go to your Explorer and open folder. So I open Python line. And then I want to create a new file called variable.py. So like I said, variables are containers for holding data values. Think about it this way. Let's say you have somebody that is holding on to something for you. Whenever you call them and ask them for what they are holding for you, you expect them to give that thing back to you. So that's like having something else to hold on to something for you so that whenever you need it, you can get that thing. For instance, I have bottle, which is my container, and I want it to hold water. So whenever I need what's inside this bottle, I can come and print bottle. So let's see what it's going to give us. Give view and terminal. If I clear, I can do Python variable, which is the name of my file, .py. Can you see it's giving me this water because I've told this bottle to hold on to water for me. So variable is just like we anything you can buy mukandani at the need later. So oma funini in katomudani on mini variable. Notice that when I did print bottle, I wasn't putting a quote inside. So the difference this makes is that when I put this quote, this becomes a string. I just wanted to just print bottle straight up. So I'm going to do Python variable.py. It's just going to print bottle. But if I need to get the value of a variable, then I wouldn't be putting it in a quote. I would just be putting the variable name inside the print. I'm going to tell you why this is so in a later video. So I do Python variable.py. I get water because that's the value this bottle is holding. In the same regard, I can come here and declare another variable called age, which is holding 17. So the value this variable is holding is 17. So according to our last class, let's create a comment saying declaring a variable called age. So I want to get the value inside this age. I can come down here and do print age. Again, I'm not using quote because I need the value inside that variable. So if I clear this and do Python, the name of the file, .py, I get 17 because that's the value I assigned. Same way, I can declare a variable called name, and my name could be Maria. Okay, so I'm assigning this value Maria into name. So I want to print name, then it's going to give me Maria, as you can see. Now there's one more thing about variables. Whenever you assign values to them is when the computer now, knows them as variables. Ìgbà tá bá ti fi value sí, computer yẹn wá ṣe sọjí pé who am I? I'm a variable. This thing becomes a variable. So as of this line 4, I'm printing name, it gives me Maria. So let's do a little quiz. If I come here and I do name equals to Jonathan, then I want to now get the value inside name. So Moma Fele is a comment, just like we did. So this is going to ignore this line and ignore line 1. Is going to ignore line 4. So I set my name at line 2 to be Maria, my name at line 6 to be Jonathan. What do you think is going to print? Hold your thought while we print this. Python variable.py. It's going to print Jonathan, because remember when I used the analogy of a container. As a line 2, the container, which is the name of the container is called name, is holding Maria. So at line 6, it feels like I removed whatever is in that name, which is Maria, and now replaced it with Jonathan. That's why it prints Jonathan. But if I uncomment this line 4, I do not want the computer to ignore it anymore, and I print this, then at line 4, because I'm saying print something at line 4, the name is still Maria as a line 4. It's going to print Maria. Then it's going to come here. I'm doing another print. At line 6, I've changed the name from Maria to Jonathan. Then it's going to print Jonathan. Take a look. Python variable.py. Can you see? It gives me Maria and Jonathan. So this Maria is what it's printing out at line 4. This Jonathan is what it is printing out at line 8. So you can play with this and see what you have. If I do name to be James Bond, and I'm creating another variable called code. So this time around, I want to say 700, not 007, 700. If I come and print name, it's going to print James Bond. If I print name in this line 8, it's still going to print James Bond, because I've not asked. Check this out. It's still going to print James Bond because I'm still printing name. But I can change this and say, okay, don't give me name, just give me the code. Then I do Python variable.py. Then I get James Bond 700. Okay. So in the next video, we will go deeper into these variables and what their usefulness is. I'm going to be telling you in the next coming videos. Thank you for watching this. See you next video. Ó dàbọ̀.